Hey everybody, welcome back to Tractors, Land, and Shop Time. I'm out in the country and we got a little bit of range maintenance to do on the gun range today, so we're going to go do that. It's a beautiful day, kind of early May yet, and we're going to go look at the range here, try to fix some targets, do a couple other things, and I'm going to start the Ranger. You guys can hear some barking dogs. Right on cue. All right, here we go. All right, well, this is the gun range that I have out here. It's from this point, that's 200 yards to the target. I've got signs posted at 200, 100. I had a sign at 50. Somebody backed over. I got to replace that. And then another sign at 25. So you kind of know where you're at. The signs I have are the gun safety rules, which are always a good reminder. I mean, not only does it mark the yardage, but gives you a good reminder of the gun safety rules. Hope the wind isn't blowing out my microphone here, but it is a little bit windy. Let me turn the camera. Here's the building right over there. So if you've watched some videos before, you kind of know where things are at a little bit. And then of course I got the trees, the extra land that we're trying to buy right over there, which by the way should be, man, hopefully closing in another couple of weeks. I think right now everything is done. It's just been sent to the title company for closing. So right now, I think all we're waiting on is a title company, and then we gotta have the money exchange hands, and then that should be ours, and we can go over there and start working on it. All right, we're driving down the gun range. Hopefully wearing the dogs out a little bit, but good grief, especially this lab, he don't stop. He's already ran like probably 10 miles today, and he just is still hyper. He's about 4 years old, yeah. Here's my, let's see, 50-yard sign that got broken off that we got to replace. 25 yards, and then, if you can see, there's the targets right up ahead. That's why we've got to do a little bit of maintenance on here. Are you proud of yourself? Barking. Ooh. Did you hear that? I heard a bird. All right, this is the targets that I have set up. You know, they've seen a little bit of use. You can see all the pot marks in them, and they're kind of fun though. We got that type. We got the paddles that flip, and then I got the gong that's right on the ground. So what we need to do, I sprayed a little more paint on them because they hadn't been repainted since the last time we shot. It's kind of a base paint, and now I'm going to spray some brighter orange paint on them. And then the other thing that we need to do, if you come around the back side of this one with the paddles, these paddles have these little I don't know what you call them, snap pins or whatever, but they tend to fall out with shooting them. So I got some replacement. Oh, actually I see one down here in the dirt, so that'll save us one. Yes, thank you, buddy. Oh, well, it's a little bit wonky. Yep, we'll have to fix that. But anyway, we got two of them we got to fix. Okay, so that's looking the opposite direction of where we just came from. So we got the Ranger out here. By the way, this box is from Kemimoto. Fits in your Ranger. I'm not sponsored by them or anybody else. Nobody even knows I exist with my small channel, but it just drops right in the holes here. You can kind of move it around, but this is a great spot, and it's pretty much watertight. I keep all sorts of tools and paints and all the stuff I need to maintain my land. This part is watertight. The outside of that is not so much, so I do get some water in these containers sometimes. But so here's where I keep my pins. So I fixed this one, and then we need one more. It looks like I fixed that one before too, because it's orange. All right, we're gonna put that pin in, and then let's reuse this pin. Oh, dog, sorry. There we go. Okay. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Looks like they all have pins. So yeah, I think we're good there. These little paddle targets that are rotating, rotating, I don't know, anyway, whatever you call them, they have pins too. Sometimes those get knocked off, but looks like they're good for right now. So I think what we need now is just some paint. A little bit windy to be doing this today, but oh, by the way, if you don't have one of these for your spray cans, it's a Rust-Oleum handle. It goes right in the spray can. Oh man, that's nice. Oh yeah, I don't know. It's so windy right now. Paint's like blowing off. We'll stay close. Man, I sure hope we don't get any runs. Not like it matters. I just like this paint because it's more of a fluorescent orange, I guess. It doesn't cover near as well or last near as long, but it's a lot more visible. So I usually use the other paint as a base coat, but it's not, you just can't see it as well. It doesn't stand out because it's not fluorescent, I guess. But so I like to put that on as a base coat for coverage, and then put this stuff on for the visibility aspect. Since my youngest son is the one that uses this all the time and shoots these without doing any maintenance or painting, taking care of what he already did, and I know he watches, so yeah, you can see, buddy, how much work I have to do. Since you don't, I guess that's the life of a youngest child, huh? You know, oddly enough, my youngest son is the one that comes out here all the time and uses this stuff, which is great. I'm glad he does. But he's the last one to use this. How come he's not painting this stuff? Boy, if the person responsible for all this stuff is watching, sure it'd be nice to get a little bit of help. By the way, this barrel, that's what tannerite and a 50 BMG, a 50 cal, does to a barrel. All right, much better. Pretty visible now. I think we'll drive down to the other end of the range and see if you can see these things better from down there now with the fluorescent paint. Okay, we're back down at the 200-yard range. Can you see them better? I sure can. I don't know if that shows up on camera, but that fluorescent paint really helps those targets stand out. So yeah, that's pretty nice. It's gonna be good. All right, we gotta run these dogs a little bit, try to wear them out. Of course, the one that you can hear, she's sitting by me on the seat. She's a little too old to be doing this much running. But we're gonna run these guys, especially that lab. He's just nuts. We gotta wear him out. All right, let's see how fast these guys can go. We are going got back to the building. Parked this thing. You can see I got my tractor out there with the spray tank on. Sprayed some weeds this morning. Got to go out and spray a little bit more. I was just kind of waiting for more end of the day with the wind to be down, but it's still blowing. But I got to get rid of that stuff anyway, so we're still going to do it. All right, well, there's the 4066R. Got a Fimco tank on here with the boom arms to spray a wider area, which are foldable, and they're on springs, so they will collapse if you hit something. And then the other modification I did, they got, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4 spray heads on them. And what I did, I added valves on these things to be able to shut the outside ones off. So you can turn these to shut these off if you want. I can't do it one-handed, but anyway, you can shut those off if you don't need the outside valves. And it's got a nice spray wand. But the other thing that I think is really cool, I found this, it's a remote control. So from my tractor cab, I got a little handheld remote control, and I can turn the sprayer on and off from inside the cab, which is pretty sweet. And then, I mean, you got the switch, but I just have the remote control sitting by my right hand, and I can just turn that on and off. I got the valve on here to see if it's running or what the PSI is. And then I used one of my magnetic cameras here. I just put this on here so I can see the valve, so that when I'm turning the valve, or the sprayer, I should say, on and off, I can watch it up in my monitor there. And then here's the remote control. So it's just got a on and off switch, and I can just do all this right from the cab of the tractor. All right, well, I got to go put the dogs in the building because I don't want them to be outside when we're spraying. So I got to get them contained, and then I'm going to go do a little spraying, and that should be the end of what I need to do out here today. Well, thanks for joining me at Tractors Land and Shop Time today. I'm going to go do that spraying, and we'll get that project done. It's 10 after 5. I'm about ready to wrap things up out here. I got to do 3 dog baths yet. They're pretty dirty. So we'll get them cleaned up, and then we'll call that the end of the day after I get done spraying and dog baths, and that should be it. So thanks for joining me out here, and join us on the next one. And if you want to know when we post new videos, hit the subscribe button with the notification bell, and we'd love to have you like our videos and join us for more. Thanks a lot. See you next time.